Hey guys, welcome back to a new Battlefield 6 video, and today I want to go over 12 things you might not know you can do in the game in Season 1 or that you might not know were added. And we get right in with the ability to re-roll challenges. This means that you can swap daily or weekly challenges that you don't like or that you might not be able to do for another random challenge. This can be done by heading over to the challenge menu, then select the challenge you want to swap and click on reroll in the bottom right. Just keep in mind that you might not always swap it for a challenge you like more. It's always random, so it could as well get worse. However, the devs have rolled out a backend update yesterday with a few adjustments to these rerolls, so when rerolling a challenge as Battlefield 6 owner, you will not receive a new challenge that requires you to play RedSec. As RedSec only owner, however, you will have a higher chance of getting RedSec challenges when rerolling, so everyone should get what they actually want to play. You might also have noticed a little counter on the reroll button, and this indicates the number of rerolls you still have left, and this differs for the daily and weekly challenges and also for the version of the game you own. So for all RedSec players that only own a free-to-play version of the game, there's one reroll on a daily mission. For all Battlefield 6 owners, it's 2 rerolls, and for Battlefield Pro owners, it's 3. Daily rerolls reset every day at 5 AM CET. As for the weekly missions, RedSec owners receive 3 rerolls, Battlefield 6 owners 4, and Battlefield Pro owners 5. The weekly rerolls reset every Tuesday at 1 PM CET, so be sure to make use of those instead of being frustrated over a mission you don't like. Moving on, there's also good news for all Battlefield Pro and Premium Battle Pass owners, because once you have all the tiers unlocked that the current Battle Pass has, including the additional Ultimate and Prestige path, you will also have unlocked a total of 1,100 Battlefield coins, exactly the amount of coins you need to buy the next Battle Pass. So if you're not buying anything in the store, the Season Pass is basically a one-time purchase, because you will always earn the exact amount of coins back that the next pass costs. And except for the initial 1,100 coins, you won't have to spend any more money on the game, at least not if you don't want to. If you want to stick to Battlefield Pro, however, the earned coins won't help you much, at least not for the pass, because this version of the Battle Pass will always only be purchasable with real money. What we also got alongside Season 1 is a new Mastery badge for the season, and this can be found under Profile and then Badges. Or you can also click on your player card and then add the badge to the card. Just like any other badge, the Season 1 badge is also available in 5 different rarities, and to work your way up to the highest rarity, you simply need to earn Battle Pass points. So the more tiers you unlock in the Battle Pass, the higher you also rank up your Season 1 badge. And while we're already here in the profile screen, just a little tip on the side that I didn't mention in any other video so far. This wasn't added to the game with Season 1, it has always been there, but I just wanted to point it out because I haven't done before. And that's how you can actually change your showcased character in your profile. So this guy right here in the middle. And what you need to do is you head over to your loadouts tab, then switch to the faction you want to showcase, click on the class you want to showcase, and then click on loadout 1 or any other of the loadouts in the bottom left. But it has to be the loadout that shows the character that you would like to see on your profile page. And then on the bottom of the screen, you click highlight on profile, and this will change the character on your profile page. I know it couldn't get more complicated. And while we're talking about loadouts already, there's also a new feature that was actually added in Season 1 and is also very obvious, nonetheless it belongs on this list, and that's the markers for newly unlocked weapons, weapon packages, attachments, gadgets, and so on. So whenever you unlock something new, you will either see this little orange dot or a tag saying new. Unfortunately, this is also bugged, because sometimes the dots don't disappear even though you've already checked the newly unlocked stuff, or the dots are shown on weapons, for example, that don't have any new unlocks. So hopefully this will be fixed in the next update. And we also have preview videos for all kinds of gadgets now that give you a quick overview of how the gadget works and also how to use it. And controller players also got a new feature with Season 1, and that's hearing the radio chatter through their controller speaker. So I guess this mainly works for players using a PlayStation controller. I'm not 100% sure how to activate it since I'm not using a PlayStation controller, but I think you need to head over to Settings, then Audio, and scroll all the way down to Voice Chat. And here you turn on the option that says Use External Output, and then on the output device, set your controller. If this is not correct though, please let me know in the comments below and I will pin a corrected version on top of the comments. And what we also got is Flick Look for helicopters, jets and transport vehicles. So when you head over to controller, for example, and go to control settings of whatever vehicle, I'm going to show you on the example of the ground vehicle here, and then scroll all the way down to the end of the list, and here you will find Flick Look settings. Here you can adjust how you want Flick Look to work, so only when aiming down sights, when not aiming down sights, or always, and then adjust its threshold and speed. But to make it work, you also need to assign a button to it. So you head over to the control mapping and here again, scroll all the way down until you find 4 different Flick Look mappings for all 4 directions. And just to demonstrate how Flick Look works, I bound the backwards option to my right shoulder button. So RB on Xbox and R1 on PlayStation, and now when you're in a ground or an air vehicle and you quickly want to check on the opposite direction, you simply need to press your assigned Flick Look button. Press it again to turn into the former direction. So this is a pretty helpful feature to quickly look behind you or to your left or right side without having to move the camera all the way with the stick or the mouse. And what's also new for vehicles, at least when you have Battlefield Pro, is a new radio station. So when you are in a vehicle, you can open the comma rows by holding the spotting button, which is Q on PC and LB or L1 on consoles, at least by default. And in the comma rows, you can select radio stations. There's quite a few available for everyone already with a good mix of a variety of genres, but the BF Pro radio is new, and here you can expect a mix of different artists such as Limp Bizkit, Bob Dylan, Snoop Dogg, Red Hot Chili Peppers and so on. But even if you don't have Battlefield Pro and you don't like to drive around in vehicles, you still don't have to miss out on this new mix, because there's also a playlist on Spotify now called Battlefield Official with a mix of old and new titles connected to the Battlefield franchise, and this playlist also includes the artists of the BF Pro radio station. So be sure to check it out if it's interesting for you. A link to it is in the description below. And another feature that is also only available for Battlefield Pro owners is the hosting of 100-player RedSec matches. When you head over to portal.battlefield.com and click on Create, you can now find Battle Royale under verified modes. This allows you to host your own Battle Royale experience with your own modifiers and restrictions, like the size of the different zones, the shrinking time, zone damage, and so on, and then host it in the game. Now, every player can join your experience once it is hosted, no matter if they only own the free RedSec version of the game or the full Battlefield 6 version, but only players who own Battlefield Pro can host these servers, which is actually a bit sad because it hides some creative freedom behind a paywall. But if you own Battlefield Pro and you would like to create your own version of the Battle Royale mode, you can do this over in the Portal web editor now. And talking about RedSec, if you're interested in playing the mode and learning its basics and its gameplay mechanics, but you don't want to get right into the thick of a full multiplayer match, there's also an initiation Battle Royale playlist available on the training grounds. This version of the mode features only 48 human players instead of 100, and the remaining 52 players are filled up with bots. It's also only available in duos, so you can easily get in there with a friend or another random player and explore it together. It's definitely a lot more chill than the normal matches. The playlists also give you full XP and weapon progression, so there are no limitations here. And what we also got alongside the Battle Pass in Season 1 are Battle Pass XP boosters. So they will give you double Battle Pass XP for up to 60 minutes, just like the career and hardware boosters do. But I wanted to share a quick tip and info with you about these boosters in general that you should definitely know about. Because even though the boosters count down in real time once you activated them, the double XP will only be applied and counted at the end of round screen, so at the end of a match. Which means when you use a 15-minute XP booster at the beginning of a conquest match that takes 20 minutes or longer, you will not get any double XP at all, because by the end of round screen, when the double XP is actually applied, your XP booster has already run out. So when you're using these XP boosters, no matter which one, be sure to activate them shortly before the end of a round, preferably before the end of a very good round, so you can make the most of it. Only then you will actually receive your double XP. This is most important for the 15-minute boosters, but for the 30-minute or 60-minute boosters, I would do this as well. And what you should also not forget is to frequently check your in-game mailbox and also the store for items you can claim for free. So, for example, all players who own Battlefield 6 have received a weapon pack and a weapon charm at the beginning of Season 1. If you have reported a cheater or you simply stick to the rules and you're not cheating, then you received a vehicle decal. And in the store you can also find a free player card background. So be sure to check this every now and again, because sometimes you only have a limited time to claim this stuff. And if you not only want to get in-game cosmetics, but also want some merch to wear or use in real life, there's also an official Battlefield merchandising store again under battlefieldmerch.com. Link is of course in the description. You can find everything from shirts to hoodies to pins, mouse pads and so on in the store, and some stuff is already available, but some other things can only be pre-ordered. But they're also writing that more items will be added over time. So if you've always wanted to have more Battlefield in your home and in your life, be sure to check out the store. And lastly, a small hint to the new Battlefield web store, which is different from the merch store, because some of you were asking how they can use my creator code when they play on Steam, Epic Games or on consoles, because there is no way to apply it in these launchers or on these platforms. But what you can do is to head over to store.ea.com/battlefield, again links in the description below, and here you can also find all the upgrades you can buy for Battlefield 6, including Battlefield coins. They're not cheaper and you don't get more or anything or a discount or whatever, but here you can apply my promo code on checkout no matter which platform you play. Just make sure that you are signed in with the account you used to play Battlefield, so whatever you buy is probably showing up when you get back into the game. And that was it for today. Everything I found that is new in Season 1 or that you should know about. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.